And then Kilmar Abrego Garcia's attorney said this yesterday. We're going to ask for an interim order that he not be deported pending his due process rights to contest deportation to any particular country. And as we know, the federal judge did block his deportation temporarily. But how strong do you think his case and his argument on due process is?
Well, I think that the unfortunate thing is that we have lower federal courts, and then we have courts of appeals, and we have the Supreme Court, and we have a pretty unpredictable judiciary. So I think this is the type of matter that could be appealed, and at some point a deportation to a third country could be allowed. And then we'll have to see what happens. I mean, if he gets deported to Uganda and disappears within their system, that's going to be a pretty big headline, and I don't think people will forget it.
I want to get back to the third country removal because that's seemingly raising some alarm bells for people. The Trump administration gave Abrego Garcia a deal to deport him to Costa Rica if he pleaded guilty to the human smuggling charges, and then he served whatever sentence that the courts gave him. He's not pleading guilty, and now the Trump administration floated that Uganda deportation. And Abrego Garcia's attorney said that the Trump administration is using the immigration system and, quote, which country someone is going to be deported to try to weaponize and gain leverage in a criminal prosecution, and then he called that flatly unconstitutional. What do you make of that?
I mean, I agree. So they're trying to bring these criminal charges against him, but taking that aside, if you think about just the idea of withholding of removal, someone being protected against removal to their country of origin, but they could go to another country. Removing someone to another country, let's say they sent him to Mexico, what that might look like in a just society is that they bring him to Mexico and he is allowed to be free there and establish a life or go to some other country and talk to his family, and he has his liberty and his freedom. It's not what we're seeing in these third country removals with the Trump administration, where people like Venezuelans are being sent into torture prisons in El Salvador, never to speak to their family. I mean, this is not what we're talking about when we say withholding of removal allows removal to other countries, not indefinite detention and disappearance into torture camps. That's not what it means.